I know it was in the way. All right, let me fix this. So we are on, or at least I am on, number 183 YouTube Live Yoga Routine. 183 days in a row of yoga every morning at 5:30 a.m. to 6 a.m. Arizona time, not Standard Time. Keep on trucking. Keep on trucking. It used to be popular when I was a kid. Keep on trucking. All right, let's see. So this morning, I was reading quotes, like many mornings, and I came across this quote from Napoleon Hill, who was a self-help author, and I read his book, Think and Grow Rich, a few times, actually. And I just used it to flip through a lot of times and just read parts of it. And that book, come to find out, I didn't know how old that book, I thought it was from the 70s, honestly. But now it makes sense. It says 1937. Now, a lot of this stuff makes sense of what he was talking about in the book. It's a great book. You should read it. You should definitely read it. So I always think of him as one of the first self-help authors in a way of the new age thinking. Not saying that's what he was, but kind of was. And I came across this quote. Just as our eyes, I got to start that over. I said mind, because you'll see why I said mind. Here it goes again. Just as our eyes need light in order to see, our minds need ideas in order to conceive. Again, just as our eyes need light in order to see, our minds need ideas in order to conceive. And of course, there he's comparing the eyes with the mind. And he's saying the eyes need light to see. Makes sense. And he's saying that the mind needs ideas to conceive. Just like the eyes need light to see. And when I read that, I thought that's exactly what we're doing on the yoga mat. We are having our mind, in a way, empty. We're realizing that we're not our ideas or our thoughts, meaning that we can control our ideas and thoughts, meaning we can take the negative ideas or the negative thoughts and just get rid of them and get a collection of positive ideas and positive thoughts that allow us to create a plan, conceive a positive plan, and take it off the yoga mat and execute that plan, conceive. So we have this positive collection of thoughts, a collection of positive thoughts. And when we're off the yoga mat, that's how we see the world. And what happens is that the world becomes positive. And we can execute positive things because we have a positive mindset. That's how I understood that quote and the explanation of that quote and applying it to yoga and what we're doing on the yoga mat. So I'll read it again. Just as our eyes need light in order to see, our minds need ideas in order to conceive. So conceive is very important because we're getting a collection of thoughts, a mindset that allows us to see the world in a positive light. And the only way we can do that in regards to yoga, there's other ways to do it. One truth may pass, but for yoga, on the yoga mat, and the way that I teach yoga, westernized yoga and Americanized yoga, because yoga adapts to the culture it's in, I try to stay away from so-called yoga words and connecting it to another culture, another country, and make it what it is in America. It's fine. It's fine to do that because yoga is about you. Be true, be you, right? Be true, be you. So we get a collection of positive thoughts on the yoga mat. And the only way you can do that is realize that you are not your thoughts. You are not your thoughts. When you realize you're not your thoughts, which we learn on the yoga mat, then you're the master of your thoughts. Meaning you can control your thoughts. You can get rid of negative thoughts and get a collection of positive thoughts and create a positive mindset. So when you get off the yoga mat, you see the world in a positive light, which makes your reality positive. It makes things in your life become positive, and it just rolls like a snowball down a hill. It just boom, 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 gets bigger and bigger and bigger, and boom, you're in oneness, which is yoga. So with that said, we're going to begin the yoga routine. Oh, I got a new mat. What's that, a new mat? I found it in the garage. I was looking for the stand to the Christmas tree, and I saw it, so I thought I would use this today. So we're going to do mountain pose, centering ourselves, becoming one like a mountain, then move into 2 salutations with variations, and then end in a mountain pose, staying centered, focusing 100% on the breathing. When you're 100% focused on the breathing, judgment can't come in, control can't come in, and you just watch your thoughts. Meaning you're the master of your thoughts. So it's going to begin. Feet are shoulder width apart. My mat feels crooked. It's not. It might be crooked. Toes go out, spread the toes as wide as you can. Each toe touches the floor one at a time. Knees are bent, hips are tilted. Get the stuff off your shirt. Uh-oh. And sorry, professionalism. Hips are tilted, arms are relaxed. So no tension in the arms, on the shoulders, or the neck. Then let the skeleton stand. So what you do is lengthen up. So think of a string on top of the head. Pull yourself up. I've been down because you can't see my hand once it goes up. Pull yourself up, lengthen up, and then let the skeleton stand as if you were just your skeleton. And you're finding that spot where the skeleton stands with no tension anywhere. As if you were just your skeleton and you're standing it up. And you might move back and forth. That's fine, because that's what's happening. You're going with the flow. There's stability in this stance. So you might have to go wobble. Go with the wobble. There's firmness, stability in that wobble. It's called flexibility. Flexibility in the sense that you're going with the skeleton. So the skeleton is like, whoa. And you just stay with that stability that's threading through the skeleton. That's the stability. That's where the stability is going with the movement. Not stability as in you just stand firm like a mountain and you're just tight. No, the stability is in the flow. I guarantee if I looked it up on Google, a mountain shifts a little bit. I guarantee that. Okay, I don't know if that's true. Actually, I bet it is true because I guarantee everything moves a little bit. And you're just focused on the breathing, palms together, thumbs to the heart center. Push the arms out, up and back. Inhale slowly. And then exhale. As you exhale, you hinge forward. And you're just going to fall into ragdoll. With the ragdoll, arms are dangling, head is dangling. And just release. And let the body fall where the body falls. You're not pushing yourself down. You're not pulling yourself down. Just let the body go where the body goes. That's called acceptance. Once you accept, boom, you tap into openness, into oneness, which is yoga. That's what you're doing. So if you're up here You're feeling like, man, I'm not even going down for far enough. Let go of that. That's judgment. You say further instead of farther, like I just did. Let go of it. It's judgment. Doesn't matter. That was a terrible joke. Sorry. So palms to the calves, elbows into the sides of the legs. You're going to arch the back, raise the head. Inhale. Inhale as much as you can. Then exhale. As you exhale, you pull yourself in, push all the air out, get all the air out. And again, arch the back, raise the head. Inhale. And then exhale, pull yourself in, push all the air out, get all the air out. And again, arch the back, raise the head. Inhale. Inhale as much as you can. And then exhale, pull yourself in, get all the air out. Once all the air is out, you release and just watch yourself breathe. So you are pulling yourself in and down, but you're getting to the spot right before you feel like, man, I shouldn't go any further. Settle there. Focus on the breathing, and just 100% have your focus on the breathing. Palms to the sides of the feet, left leg is back into a low lunge. With a low lunge, top of the foot to the floor, knees to the floor, hips are square, pushing forward diagonally. The front knee is not over the toes, and you're arching the back. So hip bones push forward diagonally, back arches, head is up. You to your palms, maybe you to your fingertips, maybe you're up like this. Doesn't matter. You're going to accept where you are. Once you accept, boom, that's yoga. Judging yourself, trying to be somewhere in the pose. Nope, that's not what we're doing. You settle in the pose, and then just let the mind and body become one. That is yoga. That's what we're doing on the yoga mat. We're doing yoga. You're learning this in these poses when you're moving, transferring from one pose to another, because that mimics how life works. You go to one moment to another moment, and you stay in yoga the entire time. It's a form of a moving meditation. Then you're going to go into the monkey. So the monkey, curl the toes under in the back, and you go up, bring yourself up. So the right foot lines up with the right shoulder. Can't speak. The left side lines up with the left shoulder. So shoulder width apart. Arms go up. You reach up, the fingers as wide as you can get them. Middle fingers point straight up. You can have the arms out. You can have them parallel. You can look forward. You can look up. Whatever you do, just stick with it and just focus on the breathing. Now, in this pose, the abs are engaged. That doesn't mean you hollow out the abs. You just engage them. So bring the belly button. This is the belly button. Bring the belly button into the spine. Engage them and just focus on the breathing. Thinking of nothing else but of the breathing. Now, there's stability in here, even if you wobble a little bit. So if you're up, you're firm, and then you wobble a little bit, go with the wobble. Find that stability in that movement. You will be stable. Stableness in movement. Now reach higher. And then palms down to the front. Knee goes up. Left leg as straight as you can get it. Right foot goes over to the left side. It's a foot down from the left hand, so 12 inches down from the left hand. And you're going to fall on top of the leg. So hip bones are square, back goes down, fall right on top of the leg. And in this pose, you're not pulling yourself down or getting yourself pushed down. You just accept where you are. And just focus on the breathing. Very important pose. So if you're up a little bit because you can't go down, let go of that judgment. That's where you are. Let's say you're here. Accept. Let the mind and body become one, and you're doing yoga. And here you're accepting. And once you accept, you tap into openness. Boom. You go right into openness. Even though the body's closed up, you feel open because of acceptance. The palms to the floor, push yourself up, back arches, hip bones still square, back is arching, arms are straight. You are pushing in this pose, but you only push to the spot right before you feel like, man, I shouldn't go any further. Find that spot, settle there, accept, and boom, you're doing yoga. Feeling open here. Even if you're in a even if you're in a closed pose, you feel open because acceptance is like the doorway into openness. That mindset you're taking off the yoga mat. So when you feel enclosed in a situation in the so-called real world, accept and boom, you'll feel open and allow you to have new ideas, new thinking, new ways to see, hey, I can get myself out of this by doing this or that or that. Or it can have you reinterpret the situation and say, you know what, I'm not enclosed. This is an awesome relationship, an awesome job, awesome neighborhood, whatever. So high lunge, so curl the toes under in the back, knee goes up, get the right foot up between the hands, however you can. The high lunge, we'll just stay here just for a second or so, just as a transition pose, and then to downward dog, pushing into it. So arms are straight, legs are straight, tailbones to the ceiling, heels towards the floor or into the floor. No tension in the neck, so the head dangles, and you are pushing yourself into this pose. But you only push to the spot right before you feel like, man, we shouldn't go any further. Find that spot, settle, and focus on the breathing. You're going to go to hands and knees, down to the elbows for the dolphin, palms together, push yourself up and back, just like the downward dog, and you're pushing the palms together as hard as you can. And then the shoulder blades space out to the sides. Get back into the pose. No tension in the neck, so the head still dangles. Push a little bit more. You're still settling, accept, and then back to hands and knees. Downward dog, pushing into it. Push, 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 push. And then into the plank. So with the plank, fingers wide as you can get them, middle fingers point straight out. Straight out. Let me do this side. Straight out. Probably can't even see my fingers. Abs are engaged. So the abs, you're not hollowing out the belly, the stomach area. You're engaging the abs. So belly button goes into the spine. Now, if this is too much, you go to hands and knees and then do the arch for the cow or the small cobra. So small cobra, chest is off the floor, using the back muscles. So you're pulling up. Back muscles are pull muscles. Palms are touching the floor, but you're not using them. They're just there. And back to downward dog. You know, I think I messed up on that. I think I was showing you the modification for the upward dog. But those could be modifications too. Then slide into the upward dog. Yeah, I did mess up. So the hands and knees and the small cobra is the modification to the lotus. Or you could do it the other way, like I said. It doesn't matter. As long as the mind and body is connecting. I definitely messed up, but it doesn't matter because as long as the mind and body is connecting, you're doing yoga. Back to downward dog. Really push into it. That's the best thing about doing yoga live is that it's just like teaching in the class. I would have done that in the class. Everyone would have been, oh, okay, that's fine. And that's part of learning, part of the whole thing of doing 365 days in a row of yoga. Some days you mess up, some days you have great days, just like life. Mimics life. Left foot is up between the hands into a low lunge. Top of the foot to the floor in the back. Knees to the floor. Hips are square, pushing forward diagonally. Front knees not over the toes. If it is, lengthen up some. and you're feeling open here. So open up and just focus on the breathing. Very important pose. Feel opened. Now curl the toes under the back. Bring yourself up. Left side lines up with the left shoulder. Right side lines up with the right shoulder. So your shoulder width apart. Arms go up. Can't think this morning for some reason. Reaching up. Get the fingers as wide as you can. Middle fingers point straight up. Arms can go out. They can stay parallel. You can look forward. You can look up. But whatever you're doing, reach up, engage the abs. So the abs are engaged. Belly button's going into the spine. And just focus on the breathing. Think of nothing else but of the breathing. Again, if you feel wobbly, go with the wobble. Find that stability in the wobble. And reach higher. And then palms down to the front. Back knee goes up. Get the leg as straight as you can. Left foot goes over to the right side. And you fall on top of the leg. The left leg. So hip bones go straight down. Back goes straight down. And you're not pushing into this pose. You just accept where you are. Think of nothing else but the breathing and accept. Once you accept, boom, you tap into openness. The body does not dictate whether you feel opened or not. Bring yourself up, palms to the floor, arms go straight, and you're doing like a scoop. So hip bones push forward, back scoops, up. Focus on the breathing, feeling opened. Think of nothing else but the breathing. Everything good to the high lunge. Curl the toes under the back, knee goes up, get the left foot up between the hands. Settle on the high line just for a second or so, transition pose, and then standing forward bend, pull yourself in and down. 100% focus on the breathing. Think of nothing else but the breathing. Accept. So you're up here, you're accepting. Even if you're all the way down and you're thinking, man, this is perfect, I'm doing the pose perfect, let go of that. That's judgment too. Letting go of all judgment. Now palms together, reach out, up and back, inhale. Turn the palms out, push the air down and out, exhale. And back to mountain pose. Now we have one more sun salutation, and we're just going to do the traditional sun salutation. So what we're going to do, when you're opening up the body, you're inhaling as much as you can. Now I'll lead you through this. And then when you close up the body, you exhale as much as you can. Now, if we weren't doing this together, what you would do is follow that breathing. So when you're opening up in a pose, inhale, 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 and then when you feel like you need to exhale, you go into the next pose that exhales all the air out. And then you exhale all the air out, and then we want to feel like, or when you feel like you need to inhale, you go into the next pose. It's inhale, exhale, and that movement and that focus on that breathing allows the sun salutation to become a moving meditation. Whew, couldn't speak. Couldn't speak yesterday. Couldn't speak the day before. Thanksgiving, maybe the stress of Thanksgiving throwing my mind out. I don't know what's throwing my mind out. So, in mount pose, settle in the mount pose, focus on the breathing, think of nothing else but the breathing. Palms together, thumbs to the heart center. Push the arms out, up and back. Inhale slowly. Then exhale. As you exhale, you hinge forward from the lower back. Palms go to the calves, elbows into the sides of the legs. Pull yourself in and down. Get all the air out. All the air leaves. Palms to the sides of the feet. Left leg is back, opening up. Feeling open, low lunge. Inhale as much as you can. Then exhale, downward dog. Push all the air out. Get all the air out. Push into the pose. Then inhale, upward dog. Inhale as much as you can. Then exhale, downward dog. Push all the air out. Get all the air out. All the air goes out. Then left foot is up between the hands. Low lunge. Feeling open. Inhale, inhale, inhale. Then standing forward bend. Push all the air out. Get all the air out. The palms together. Reach out. Up and back. Inhale. Then exhale. Then you're going to go to mountain pose. This mat didn't work out like I thought. Sliding back on me. So in mountain pose, remember, feet are shoulder width apart. Toes go up. Spread the toes as wide as you can. And each toe touches the floor one at a time. Knees are bent. Hips are tilted. No tension in the arms or the shoulders or the neck. And you lengthen up. So bring up the skeleton and then let the bones sit on top of each other. And you're focused on the breathing. 100% focus on the breathing. And you're becoming firm like a mountain. And you're going to tap into that stability of the mountain. So if you feel wobbly a little bit, just because going back and forth, go with that flow. Don't try to control it. Don't stay in the pose and feel that tension. No, you go with it. And there's a thread of stability in that pose. You're tapping into that. So you're going with the flow. That mindset right there, that body position transfers into the mind. So when you go off the yoga mat, you're doing the same thing in life. Things seem stable, and then they move a little bit, and you stay within that movement. Going with the flow, that's what it's called, going with the flow. There's strength in going with the flow. Just focus on the breathing, thinking of nothing else but of the breathing. Now, what's going to happen is you're going to control your breathing, but don't do that. Let go. And you realize, hey, I'm controlling my breathing. Just watch it. You're already breathing automatically. So you're just going to watch it. And then what will happen, most likely, you'll start to think about other things. And then when you realize, hey, I don't even think about my breathing anymore. Don't judge it. It's natural. Just bring your focus back to watching yourself breathe. And you watch yourself breathe by watching the belly go in and out as you inhale and exhale. Or you bring your focus to the tip of the nose and watch the air go in and out. You're just watching yourself breathe, letting go of control. And what happens eventually, you realize you're not your thoughts. You are the thing that's watching your thoughts, meaning you can control your thoughts. You can have positive thoughts. Since you're not a negative thought, you can let go of that negative thought. You can get a collection of positive thoughts, have a positive mindset, and that's how you'll see the world, through the lenses of that positive mindset, or through the lens of that positive mindset. So we're just going to stay here a little bit longer, so just watch yourself breathe. Bring your palms together. Namaste. That's it. It's number 183 YouTube Live yoga routine. That ends November. That's the end of November. So I will see you tomorrow at 5:30 a.m. Arizona time, Mountain Standard Time. So Namaste. Peace and love.